Alright, so what if new gen females fought the old gen ones? That's, I don't know. Well, actually, I know. Because actually it depends. Cause it depends on who's gonna be in this, right? Cause look at new gen, we got some crazy ass characters like in Black Clover. We go females, you can immediately start with Dorothy and her dream world magic. That shit is strong as shit, bro. That's OP as hell. But then you go into old gen, you got Kefla from Dragon Ball, you got Big Mom from One Piece. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. It depends on who's in the lineup. It really depends. But I think, honestly, I'll give it to old gen. I think old gen is cooking. Alright, you see, Marilyn. Oh nah, she's strong. Marilyn. I can never say her name. Marilyn is really strong, but depending on who's on the next side, she might not affect the battle much. Makima is not doing shit. Same thing for Alright, fuck it, man. I'm tired. It's 4 a.m. in the morning, bro. What's her name? Tatsumaki? She's strong too, but you know what I'm saying? We got, depending on Tatsumaki, put her against Kefla, put her against she's not winning, bruh. Like, I don't know. Fierin is not doing anything either, bro. God damn. It depends on
new gen females fought.
It really depends on who's gonna be on the old gen side.
Old gen ones do the.
It's over. It's over. It's over. Look at this. Urza, bro. If you haven't watched Fairy Tail, bro, you don't know Urza is strong. Urza is basically Meryl before Meryl, right? I really hope I'm saying her name right, because I don't know. And then you got Android 18, bro. It's over, bro. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Deadass. And technically, in old gen females, we got Kaguya. Kaguya is a goddess. Well, she's an alien, you know what I'm saying? But yo, just Urza being here is such a big she is strong as fuck. If you haven't watched Fairy Tail, I really recommend it. It's such a great anime. It's part of the OG, like when there was Dragon Ball, when there was Ichigo, Naruto, and One Piece, Fairy Tail was right behind them. It fell off with time, but Fairy Tail is really up there. But Urza is strong as fuck, man. She's monstrously strong.
Do the new generation females stand any chance against our
They really don't.
Queens?
You see, Big Mom is here too. They really don't.
The 6 strongest females from the old side and 7 from the new gen. And
makes sense, because the old gen is already OP as fuck.
Put them into 5 stages, and just like we always do, I'll start by revealing the first stage for both generations.
Alright, two on one.
As the video goes on, I'll slowly keep adding more and more characters until we finally reach the end, where both generations will.
Bro, Urza, I'm sorry, but Urza is whooping Meryl, bro. Urza is Meryl before Meryl, right? And Meryl has her whole magic is all about fire. Urza has like at least 20 armors that can counter that shit, bro. It's crazy.
Strength. So for starters, we have Maki from the new gen side and Yoruichi from the old. Now
Bro. Maki is not winning, bruh. Yo, Yoichi's whooping. Alright.
He is a physical anomaly. She completely dismantled the Zenin clan and
she did
a solid multi-city block level. However, Yoruichi casually shattered Espada level threats like
and
Yami.
She's much faster,
and
bro.
If she activates her Shunko in her fight,
she's
her attack
much faster.
Scales to mountain or even island level. But that's not all. When it comes to speed, this is
she's overwhelming. Her Shunpo is on a whole other level, bro. There's no way Maki can keep up with Shunpo.
Maki's absolute peak scaling comes from dodging and defeating Naoya, who was moving at Mach 3 at most. Yoruichi, on the other hand,
is much faster.
Known as the Flash Goddess. She effortlessly outpaced Byakuya's Senbon Sakura, and in her Shunko form, she operates at massively hypersonic plus to sub-relativistic speeds. To Yoruichi, Maki would look like she's moving in slow motion.
For real, there's really nothing Maki can do.
Now,
against
if we
here.
consider Maki's split soul katana, yes, it could definitely work against Yoruichi. Since it strikes directly at the soul, it could critically.
She can't even touch her. Why are we putting this into the argument? She's not. Maki is nowhere near fast enough to land a hit on Yoruichi. There's no way in absolute fucking hell that Maki can even land a single hit on Yoruichi. Yoruichi is much, much, much faster, bro.
Damage her, but the real issue is landing that hit.
Exactly.
With the massive speed gap between them, Maki would never be able to land a direct strike on Yoruichi in the first place. So yeah, for this one, old Gen takes the win. Get back to our video. Now with that in place, let's add Mitsuri to the new Gen side.
Bro, why are we adding someone that's weaker than Maki? What is Mitsuri gonna do against Yoruichi? Even if they jump, they still cannot reach her, bro. She is way too fast. Mitsuri, yo, let's keep it a buck. Remember, in Demon Slayer, all the special effect that you see is just for the eyes. Cause when they actually use their breathing form, it's just a special way of breathing. That boosts their physical abilities. There's no fire, there's no water, there's no none that pop out of the Zords. It's all just visual effects. That was confirmed. Breathing, Mitsuri is a regular human with training. And when she uses her breathing, she's not even reaching Maki level of physical ability. What are we doing, bruh? Maybe her swordsmanship might be better, but even then I highly doubt it, bro. Maki has mastered countless weapons. I'm pretty sure even in swordsmanship, she's much stronger than Mitsuri. What is this shit, bruh?
For this, even after adding Mitsuri, our
There's
new
none,
Gen team
bruh.
is
None
still
changed.
leagues behind Yoruichi.
The
You
fuck?
see, Mitsuri definitely has incredible combat speed. She was able to react to Zohakuten's lightning and sound-based attacks. On top of that, her abnormally dense muscle composition gives her insane physical strength and superhuman durability. But even with all that,
None of
the
that
new
matters,
Gen
bro.
speed still isn't anywhere close to Yoruichi's. And even if we remove Yoruichi's speed advantage entirely and nerf her in that department, her
Why would you
destructive
do that?
power alone is just too overwhelming.
It's
She
way
could just
higher
take
than any
both
of them.
down with a single punch. After all, Maki and Mitsuri are at best city block level fighters. So once again,
That's a bit of a high ball,
Gen
bro,
takes
but
the
sure.
win. Well, now
Maki
things
sure,
are about to
Mitsuri,
heat
I'm
up.
not sure about that. Maki sure, Mitsuri,
Because we're adding Mereoleona to the new Gen side next.
Alright, now we finally
so
getting
here's how
somewhere.
This plays out. Yoruichi rushes forward, planning to take down Mitsuri and Maki
Because
first.
remember, with Monozone, she can attack from anywhere. And she has her purgatory thingy, her new magic that can bring back people in flames, you know what I'm saying? Plus, she can turn her body into mana and turn into mana, but mana in the shape of fire. So I think that Mereoleona can give a fight to Yoruichi, but she's not winning.
At that exact moment, Mereoleona steps in and intercepts her.
But she has the instinct of a beast, though, so she could possibly instinctively react to Yoruichi's speed. I still think that with Shunko, she's not Yoruichi taking the win, but I'm not sure.
Mereoleona effortlessly outsped Ria's literal light magic, meaning she can easily keep pace with Yoruichi's movements. Yoruichi then
Shunko.
immediately activates her lightning-infused Shunko and goes in for a strike. But in that very instant, Mereoleona transforms into her Hellfire incarnate form, turning her body into pure, untouchable mana and flame, completely neutralizing Yoruichi's hand-to-hand brawling style. Then Mereoleona activates her Mana Zone, unleashing omnidirectional fire
blast. That's what I was thinking. Mana Zone would be the biggest advantage she has because she can attack from anywhere inside the Mana Zone. Yoruichi would have to step out of there, and if she steps out of there, how would she attack? She's a close range fighter, you know what I'm saying?
Yoruichi then attempts
but with her speed, she could dodge the attack. You could argue that. It depends. I don't know, bro.
To get out of the Mana Zone, but right at that moment, Mitsuri appears and unleashes multiple rapid strikes, severely restricting Yoruichi's escape angle. Just as Yoruichi gets pinned down, Maki slips in and lands a clean hit with her split soul katana, striking directly at her soul and ending the fight on the spot, which means this time the new Gen takes the win. But we're not done yet, because now it's time for Stage 2, and this time we're adding Erza Scarlet to the old Gen.
It's over. It's over, bro. I'm sorry, but Erza is just too strong, bro. She's way too strong, bro. I'm sorry, but Urza is monstrously strong. I'm just saying though. Let's
And
see
before
what
we
he got to
continue,
say.
If you're enjoying this video so far, make sure to leave a
Because
like and hit
Urza
that
is
subscribe button for more
mad
interesting
powerful,
content
bro.
like this in the future. All right, this time Mereoleona takes on Yoruichi again, just like in stage 1.
Yeah, that's
while
not
Maki
fair.
and Mitsuri go up against
She can
Erza.
pop out Zords from nowhere, bro. Erza can literally, like in the beginning of the series, she uses Heaven Wheels to pop out Zords and throw them at her enemies. She doesn't even have to get close range to fight them. Then when we go further down the line, she has the star armor. She has she has multiple armors that are just way too powerful, man.
Let's see how Erza's battle plays out. And surprisingly, Erza has a counter for almost everything in Maki and Mitsuri's arsenal. You see, to deal with Mitsuri's speed-based attacks, Erza
She has the bat, but even the bat armor, you know what I'm saying, the weird night armor that allowed her to fly because
reaction speed.
You know what I'm saying?
Maki's split soul katana.
Oh, she's basically Gilgamesh. She has an armory with armors that can literally counter every single thing, bro. It's not even fair. Plus, she's the daughter of Irene, my nigga. Oh my god, there's no way, bro. Just putting Urza makes thing up.
Armor, which allows her to
Nakagami armor. I forgot this. Yeah, I forgot this armor.
Space between her and Maki,
and that's not even her strongest armor, bro. She has the what's it called, the Star Breaker armor, something like that, bro. That's mad powerful.
Contact. And when it comes to raw
and
strength, Erza once shattered a gigantic meteor while most of her bones were broken.
With one arm, my nigga, and with an armor that doesn't boost anything. The armor that she was wearing while doing this doesn't boost nothing, bro. That shit crazy.
Beyond anything we've seen in Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen. On top of that, in her Heaven's Wheel armor, she can summon 200 swords
exactly.
at once, completely overwhelming Maki and Mitsuri with a relentless barrage before they even get close enough to land a fatal strike. Meaning, Maki and Mitsuri don't even stand a chance. With them taken care of, Erza moves in to assist Yoruichi.
I'm dead ass when I say this, but Erza is enough to take care of Mereoleona, bro. And even then, in terms of fighting, she could definitely beat Yoruichi. So at this moment, the strongest character on the field is definitely Erza. You know what's really crazy is, from the looks of it, from the little bit of what we saw about who would be in the Origin side, Erza might actually be one of the strongest. Because I saw Tsunade. Tsunade literally is not beating Erza, bro. Tsunade is not on Erza level. So I'm not even, like, 18, obviously Android 18, you could argue, yeah, I'm not sure. Honestly, I could see Erza winning in certain cases, but I think generally it will mostly go to 18. But literally, Erza might be one of the strongest out of the old gens lineup. So I don't know if it's fair to add her this early in the game, depending on who's on the other side. But we'll see.
Erza moves in to assist Yoruichi, who has been fighting Mereoleona this whole time. So now the real question is, can Mereoleona handle Yoruichi and Erza at the same time?
She really cannot. She can't even handle Erza by herself, bro. That's all. That's all I gotta say.
Mereoleona instantly transforms into her Hellfire incarnate form and activates Mana Zone, drastically raising the temperature of the entire area.
But this is where Erza comes in.
Equips her Flame armor, granting her 50% fire resistance and flame manipulation.
There you go.
Into her
fire doesn't take anything.
And remember, in Hellfire Incarnate, Mereoleona's temperature and mana output keep increasing exponentially as the fight drags on. This means Yoruichi and Erza need to end this as quickly as possible.
The Flame Empress form is one of the weakest armors she got. There is no way he gives this to Mereoleona. If he gives it to her, there's seriously a problem, because the Flame Empress is, yes, it is the perfect armor to counter fire, but it's nowhere near her strongest armors, bro.
Both of them attack simultaneously, but Mereoleona, being the absolute beast she is, counters with massive Calidus Brachium blasts, attempting to vaporize them both. Still, Yoruichi and Erza aren't pushovers either. They manage to withstand the attack. Bro. Yoruichi then focuses all her spiritual pressure into a point-blank Shunko blast, temporarily shocking and stunning Mereoleona. In that split second, Erza re-equips into her Nakagami armor. Since the Nakagami halberd can slice through the very laws of magic and space,
and the Nakagami armor is still not her strongest armor. It's part of her strongest armors, but it's not her strongest. Let me just say that. It's nowhere near her. It's close to her strongest, but she got a way stronger armor. I just forget the name because she has so much of them.
Erza dashes forward and cuts straight through Mereoleona's core, bypassing her durability and ending the fight on the spot, which means in this round, the old gen takes the win.
It's just, I just feel like it's not fair to put Erza this early in the game. She has that armor for literally every situation. It's not even fair.
And Frieren to the new gen side.
She's not
so this
changing
time,
much
Erza
either.
won't be fighting Maki and Mitsuri. Instead, she gets her own opponent, Frieren. That means Maki and Mitsuri are free to support Mereoleona.
That's not fair. Wait, that's not fair. Literally, Erza can take, maybe not all four, but she can take Frieren, Maki, and Mitsuri at the same time. It's not fair. Now he's making it so that the new gen win. Because if she get jumped, well, she can quick change though. Because she can quickly change her armor. It doesn't take much time. So she can literally change for each opponent as she fights all four of them. Remember, that's the woman that fought 100 monsters at the same time. She fought 100 monsters, bro. And mind you, these monsters were far stronger than Mitsuri and Maki. So the only problem would be Mereoleona, because even Frieren, she uses magic. Nakagami armor cuts through space and mana, so it's not really, you know what I'm saying? Erza should have been kept for like third or fourth, bro. She's Tsunade should have been before Erza. That's really, putting Tsunade after Erza doesn't make much sense. Putting Tsunade, just like putting Frieren after Mereoleona doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why he's making these matchups in this lineup, but whatever, bro.
Facing Yoruichi. Now, Frieren is a tactical genius with over 1,000 years of experience.
Alright.
With that, she still
Exactly.
falls short of Erza in
I was like, yo,
destructive power.
1,000 years of experience doesn't matter. She has no armor to counter every single
In terms of
ability
speed,
of hers.
Frieren has excellent reaction time for a mage and can keep up with high-tier demons. But her overall movement speed is still relatively grounded compared
very
to
low.
Erza's high-speed blitz capabilities. On top of that,
I forgot that
Frieren's
armor,
magic
bro.
relies
That armor that
heavily on
spawns
visualization. If she can't
Zords and
clearly
wings,
imagine
like.
cutting through something, she can't do it. And even if she somehow analyzes one of Erza's armors and figures out its
There's
structure,
another.
it still wouldn't matter.
There's
much
another.
because
She can switch
Erza
it.
has over 100
Exactly,
different
she
armors,
switches.
making it extremely difficult for Frieren to fully grasp her arsenal. And while Frieren's signature Zoltrak is highly efficient and capable of piercing standard
the
magical
armor with the
defenses,
giant shield.
Erza's adamantine armor
Exactly,
once
the armor with the
blast
giant
a
shield.
Jupiter cannon, a city-flattening weapon, which far exceeds the output of
That shit mixes up like 5. This is early. This is like beginning of the series against Phantom Troop, bro, where Gajil's fall appears. That shit mixes 5, I think 4. It's 4 different type of magic, and shoots it. And that shit can destroy the whole city in one shoot. And Urza blocked it. That magic that she got, it ain't doing nothing, bro. I'm just saying though.
Beam. So realistically, the only thing Frieren can do here
I'm
is
saying,
stall for
putting-
time. Meanwhile, Yoruichi
putting
versus
out
Mereoleona,
Urza
Maki,
this
and
early in the
Mitsuri
fight
plays
is
out
not
almost
fair.
Exactly like stage 1. Mereoleona activates Mana Zone and forces Yoruichi onto the defensive. Mitsuri jumps
Alright.
in to restrict her escape angles, and in that
I just
exact
don't think that
moment,
Mitsuri
Maki
can
slips through
restrict her,
and
dead
lands
ass.
a clean strike with her split soul katana. Now Mereoleona, Maki, and Mitsuri are free to assist Frieren. who's
Wait,
struggling
Frieren is
against
supposed to be
Erza.
defeated already.
So, can Erza take on all 4 of them at once? Well,
She can.
Not likely. You see,
She
Frieren
can,
no
bro.
longer needs
Aight,
to attack
whatever.
directly.
She
She
can,
simply
dead
hang
ass.
back, analyze Erza's re-equip magic, and cast binding spells to disrupt her movements while the others engage her head on. Seeing this,
Well-
Erza switches to her Nakagami armor. But this time, Frieren quickly realizes that the
Wait,
armor
why does he
consumes
keep
a
using this
colossal
armor?
amount
It's
of
not her
magical
strongest
power to
armor.
maintain, and she immediately informs her team. Meanwhile, Mereoleona pushes her
whatever.
Hellfire Incarnate form to its absolute
I just
limit,
feel like
forcing Erza
Frieren-
to constantly swing the
I just
Gami halberd.
feel like, yes, she cannot. I think that she might be able to take on for all 4 of them, but that I'd say that's a maybe 50% chance, maybe a little lower, because Maki and Mitsuri don't take much energy. Frieren can take a little bit of energy, and the problem would be Mereoleona, because yes, the Nakagami armor consumes a lot of magic. So yes, the problem would be that she would have already spent a bit of magic fighting the other three, and that would be the biggest problem here. But she has other armors that consumes less energy, bro. I don't know. I don't think that the Nakagami armor is the armor that she'd always go with. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know, bro. But yeah, Riku does consume. Nakagami armor does consume a lot of magic, so she wouldn't be, after fighting all three of them, even though she wouldn't consume that much magic, it would be quite taxing to fight the Merone after that. I can see
just
it.
to
I can see
erase
that.
the incoming flames. This rapidly drains Erza's magical reserves. And remember, at its peak, Mereona's flames can burn through magic itself, meaning...
But you forget that you forget second origin, the second pool of magic that they have. So
Erza is left with no real option but to stay on the defensive. Right then, Mitsuri and Maki step in as distractions.
These two are not
the
doing
perfect
anything.
Opening. And with that
They should have been
opportunity,
defeated.
Mereona unleashes Calidus Brachium Purgatory Abyss, pummeling Erza with a relentless stream of punches from every direction. Which means this time, the new gen takes the win. But
I'm not
we are
sure about that,
done
but
yet,
sure.
because it's time for stage 3, where we add Tsunade to the old gen.
Tsunade is
For
weaker
this
than
round,
Erza. I genuinely don't understand why they put it out Urza's before Tsunade. She's weaker than her. The only thing that Tsunade really brings to the battlefield is Katsuyu and her healing. So obviously that will help a lot, you know. But in terms of strength, she's not doing much.
Matchups remain mostly the same, but with one key difference.
Well,
This
Tsunade
time,
can handle
Mitsuri
these two.
and Maki are
Yeah.
fighting Tsunade, so they won't be able to assist Mereona against Yoruichi. Now, when it comes to brute strength, Tsunade's physical power is legendary. She shattered Madara's
Chill,
Susanoo ribcage with a single punch. While
Chill.
Maki and Mitsuri are undeniably strong, Tsunade's
They are
feats
not on
against
her level,
mountain
bro.
level constructs
They
place
are
her in
not
an
on her level.
entirely higher tier of destructive capability. Speed-wise, Maki and Mitsuri are impressive, but Naruto high tiers consistently operate at speeds that blitz standard JJK.
I'm gonna say this. Yes, they are impressive, but Naruto, Tsunade is, in terms of speed, she is much faster than them. Why are we, yeah, they are fast, yeah, but no, they're fast, but there's nothing to say here. They are not hanging with Tsunade. Anyway, continue, bro.
And Demon Slayer characters. Tsunade was fast enough to tag Madara Uchiha and keep up with the other Kage in reaction time.
Thank you.
Realistically, Tsunade wouldn't even give them much room to react. A few clean punches would likely end the fight.
A few clean punches, a single punch is enough. I'm sorry, but why is he downplaying Tsunade, bro?
Let's not forget her body pathway derangement technique, which can...
Why are we downplaying Tsunade, bro? A few punches, one punch is enough for each of them. There is no way for any of them to tank as two punches to more than a single punch from Tsunade. It put a cracks on Madara Susanoo. Why are we acting like she needs more than one punch to beat each of them? One punch, Maki's whole body is broken. One punch, Mitsuri is dead. And she's just dead, actually. She's just dead. Maki, I'll give her that. With her heavenly restriction, she might be able to tank it, but her body's done for after that. Her arms are broken, her legs are broken, everything broken, bro. Like, what are we doing, bro?
Scramble an opponent's nervous system and leave them unable to control their own limbs properly. So yes.
Well, yeah, it depends, because what she does is she manipulates the signal that your brain sends. So if you want to move your arm, for example, you'll be moving your leg. So that definitely would fuck them up.
Tsunade takes this one with... That fight over, Tsunade moves on to assist Yoruichi against Mereona. Since Mereona is still locked in battle, there's no one left to help Frieren this time.
Frieren is
Just
cooked,
like that,
bro.
Frieren
I don't know why it's
eventually
taking that
falls
long.
to Erza. Now it becomes a 3v1.
The fairy
Erza,
queen
Yoruichi,
herself, my
and
nigga.
Tsunade versus
They are
Mereona.
not hanging
And
with her.
honestly, Tsunade only makes it more decisive.
Yeah, it makes it
means
so
this
that there's really none you can say that Mereona is not taking these three at the same time. Like I said, she's not being Urza by herself, so.
round clearly goes to the old gen. What if we add Star and Striped?
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! I totally forgot about her. I genuinely forgot about her, bro. This is a big problem. New Order? Ah, fuck, man. Hey, I don't know, bro. I don't know if there's somebody that can counter that shit, bro. That
To
shit.
the new gen side. Now, she
Oh my
initially teams
God.
up with Maki and Mitsuri, but before we get into that, let me quickly explain how her
New
powers
Order is a
actually work.
problem,
See, her
bruh.
quirk, New Order, allows her to set 2 rules on anything she touches. She can
Yo.
turn the air into a vacuum, make lasers solid.
The problem. That's a problem. New Order will be a problem. Oh shit! I forgot about her, bro. Oh fuck! New Order is a problem,
or
bro.
even command a heart to stop. However,
Yeah,
there
but she
are
needs to touch.
conditions.
She needs to touch them. That's the biggest problem here. She needs to touch them. She's not touching the Urza in her leopard armor. I forgot the name. And she's not touching Yorichi with her Shunko. She's not touching them. It'll depend now if they hit her. Does the New Order still activates? If that it does, then obviously this is a real problem. But Ursa has a counter for that. She can attack from a distance. Yorichi would be and Tsunade needs to close contact to attack, but Ursa doesn't.
She must make direct contact with the target, and if it's a living person, she needs to
know
know
their
their
real
real
name.
name.
Yeah,
Second,
yeah.
she can only have 2 rules active at a time, and technically, she almost always keeps 1 rule on herself to grant superhuman strength and durability, leaving her with
that's
only
true.
1 flexible slot. Now let's get
Not a. It might be a problem, but considering she's facing 3 people at the same time, yeah. The Ogen still has a chance to win this. Truth be told, because if she takes off her rule on herself, she becomes much weaker. Anyway, let's see what he has
back
to
to
say.
the battle. Here, Tsunade initially takes out Maki and Mitsuri first, since
For
they
fast.
could become a nuisance later, leaving Star and Stripe in a one-on-one duel. Now honestly, Star and Stripe doesn't even need to engage in close combat. She could simply place a rule on the surrounding air, removing the oxygen around Tsunade and making her suffocate. But Tsunade actually has a counter for it, and that is Creation Rebirth, which doesn't just heal surface wounds. It forces her cells to continuously divide
Regenerate,
and function
yeah.
regardless of the damage. That
Yeah.
means even if her lungs begin to collapse or her brain cells start dying due to lack of oxygen, her jutsu would
That's true.
instantly repair the
Exactly.
cellular damage as long as her chakra
this-
reserves last.
This is a much closer fight than I thought, honestly. Because New Order is busted. Let's be honest. New Order is fucking crazy of a quirk. But this is a much closer fight than I originally thought, bro.
In that brief window, Tsunade only needs to close the distance and use body pathway derangement. Once Star and Stripe's nervous system is scrambled, her brain can't properly command her mouth to speak or her hands to move, meaning she can't activate New Order.
I did not think of that, bro. But Kabuto did not have a problem talking when she did that on him. From what I remember, it's Naruto. It's been a while. Like it's when Naruto was legit. But from what I remember, Kabuto could still talk. I don't think this is really effective. But yeah, the mouth moves through the signal sent by the brain, and Kabuto was a genius in terms of medical ninjutsu. So I don't know, bro. Because Kabuto figured it out pretty fast. I don't know, bro. Yo, this is a good analysis. I did not think of that.
essentially becomes a statue that Tsunade can eventually dismantle. So Tsunade takes this round.
I did not
The
think
rest
of
the
it like
battle
this.
plays out almost
The same as
exactly
this.
like the previous scenario. So let's just move on and add Makima to the new gen side.
Makima is not really changing anything to this fight, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know. Well, I don't know, because her thing probably won't work on Yorichi. Technically, Yorichi's not really a human, so I don't know.
And to be honest, adding her completely changes the outcome of
It
this
does?
battle. This time, Makima handles Tsunade, whereas Star and Stripe assists Freyren against Erza, and Maki and Mitsuri once again support Merilogona.
I don't think, truth be told, I really don't think Erza has accounted for a new order. Tsunade had one. Erza, I don't think she does. I really don't think she does.
Now here's the biggest problem for Tsunade. Makima has a contract with the Prime Minister of Japan that transfers any fatal attack inflicted on her into an appropriate illness or act.
She's not from Japan. She's from the land of fire. What are we doing? Now he's reaching. Tsunade is not from Japan, bro. She's from Konoha. What are we doing? You do realize that the Naruto universe, does not function as the same with the same landmarks as ours, right? So this does not affect her.
Accident affecting a random Japanese citizen instead. That means Tsunade would have to kill her roughly 126 million times to truly put her
Where is this battle happening? Where is this battle happening? That's because oh no, her contract is I don't know, bro. Does her contract carry through? Like, if I don't know, it depends on where the battle's happening.
And realistically, Tsunade's chakra reserves simply wouldn't last that long.
A single punch is enough to kill Makima, bro. What are we saying? A single punch, she does not have the durability to handle a single punch from Tsunade without her release. There is no way in hell that he's saying that Tsunade cannot kill Makima more than 1,000,000 times, bro. You know what?
But even if we ignore the contract, Makima still holds the advantage. Her ability
How?
allows her to control anyone she perceives as inferior. Tsunade,
Tsunade is much superior to her. What are we doing?
despite her immense willpower, doesn't possess god-tier resistance to conceptual control. Makima
Did he just forget how the ability works? In no way. Why would she see Tsunade and see the things that she does, her superior strength, everything that she does, and still think that she's superior to her? How? What?
domination isn't just mental, it's biological and absolute in nature. If Makima views Tsunade as just another human leader beneath her, the fight
She
can
is
end
not.
instantly, with
She
Tsunade
cannot.
becoming her puppet, which means
She really
Tsunade
cannot.
could technically end up fighting on the new gen side, though that isn't even necessary, because Mereoleona, Mitsuri, and Maki will handle Yoruichi just like before. After that, they regroup
I don't
and
know
join
about this,
Freyren's
bro.
team. So now, Erza is forced into a battle against Freyren, Star and Stripe, Maki, Mitsuri, Makima, Mereoleona, and possibly even Tsunade. And honestly, way Erza wins a fight like that. Which
I
means
agree
this
with
time,
that.
the new gen takes the victory. But
I agree
let's
with
take
that.
it even further and move into stage 4, where we add Pito and Big Mom to the
Oh,
gen side
what?
next.
Pito, why is he adding people that really won't change anything? Pito can take care. Alright, Pito can take care of Maki and Mitsuri. Big Mom, yeah, her soul fruit is powerful, right? I think that just having Big Mom was more than enough to change the whole fight. I'm just saying though.
Alright, so in this stage, Pito joins Erza against Star and Stripe and Freyren, while Big Mom teams
She's
up
not
with
gonna help
Tsunade,
much.
and the rest of the matchups stay the same. Now, firstly, Pito immediately charges at Star and Stripe, while Erza engages Freyren. And honestly,
takes
this
off.
isn't even much of a fight for Star and Stripe. You
No,
see,
it's not,
she could
bro.
simply create vacuum around Pito, causing unbearable internal pressure, and then follow it up with a fist bump to the earth to completely crush her. And just like that, it becomes versus Freyren and Star and Stripe again. On the other side, Big Mom decides to take Makima head on, so Tsunade moves on to assist Erza.
Oh, it's
instead.
over then.
So now, let's see how
Because Big Mom
fight
can
went.
handle Makima so easily, bro. And Tsunade, Urza, the only problem she had was that she didn't have a counter for New Order. I don't think she has one. I don't remember all her armors, and I don't really know all their names. But she does not. I don't think she has a counter for New Order. She could technically keep changing her armor to counter the rule that Star and Stripe is putting, but even then, that'd be consuming a whole lot of magic power, bro. So I don't think that she can really
play out. Unlike Tsunade, Makima can't simply control Big Mom. That's because Big Mom's Conqueror's Haki would likely act as a natural barrier against Makima's spiritual influence.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it would just take her out as soon as she unleashes it. Her Haoshoku no Haki will definitely take her out immediately. As soon as she feel her Big Mom Haoshoku no Haki, what's her name? Makima is down. I keep saying Haoshoku. Conqueror's Haki, she's down. It's over.
Top of that, Big Mom can directly manipulate souls
Souls,
using her soul fruit. She
That's the
could
biggest,
rip Makima's soul out
and it's over.
entirely, turn her into an empty husk.
It's
Since
over.
Makima's contract specifically redirects damage and attacks, a
doesn't-
non-damaging soul extraction would
Exactly.
bypass
It's
the
not a
contract
damage. It's just taking out her soul,
With
bro.
Makima out of the picture, Big Mom moves to assist Yoruichi, who's fighting Maki, Mitsuri, and Mereoleona. The moment she arrives, she
It's over.
unleashes her Conqueror's Haki. briefly
Maki.
paralyzing Maki and Mitsuri. In
They're
that
taken
instant,
out,
she
not
codes
paralyzed.
Napoleon in advanced hockey and takes both of them out in a single decisive strike.
Pretty
Now,
much.
Mereoleona has to face Big Mom and Yoruichi at the same time. Once again,
She's
Mereoleona
not hanging with
transforms
them.
into her Hellfire incarnate form. But this time, Big Mom
Big
uses
Mom gets-
Prometheus to absorb and consume the surrounding flames,
Yeah.
potentially growing even stronger from the
And then she
overwhelming
rips out her
heat
soul.
and mana. That creates the perfect opening for Yoruichi.
She just take out her soul after that. It's over.
It's the perfect opening for Yoruichi to launch relentless high-speed strikes. And just as Mereoleona shifts her focus toward Yoruichi, Big Mom steps in with
And
advanced armament hockey. Since
Just need
Mereoleona's
to take out her
battle
soul
form
for-
is essentially a dense energy construct, Big Mom's Rio allows her to bypass the intangible nature of the flames
But-
and strike the spiritual essence directly.
Yeah, because technically, Mereoleona is basically, when she's in her Hellfire Incarnate, she just becomes a Logia. Let's be for it's basically just a Logia form. So obviously, Haki works on
Forcing
her.
it to disperse. And just like that, Mereoleona goes down. From
Crack.
there, Big Mom
Dead.
and Yoruichi regroup with Erza and Tsunade against Freyrin and Star and Strike. And
I
honestly,
mean-
there's simply no way the two of them can take down that lineup of
They were already
monsters,
supposed to be
which
done
means
for, but-
this time,
alright.
the old gen takes the win. All right.
So who's the
finally
last
it's time
fighter?
For stage 5, where we add the final characters to both sides.
Alright.
Android 18 to the old gen team and Tatsumaki to the new gen team. Now,
What? What? I'm sorry, but Tatsumaki versus Android 18? Are we dead ass, bro? Are we dead ass?
since the
Alright.
matchups remain the same as in the previous
surprised
scenario,
he
it all
put
comes
Android-
down to this fight.
I'm slightly surprised that he added 18 instead of Kefla, because Kefla is way stronger than 18. But even then, adding Kefla would have been too much of a. It would have been a crazy ass unfair addition compared to Tatsumaki. But even then, Tatsumaki not hanging with 18. I'm sorry. Tatsumaki
This
not
battle
hanging
will
with 18.
decide whether the new gen takes the crown or the old gen does. You see, when it
What?
comes to Tatsumaki, her
She's
greatest
not-
feat is twisting the Monster Association base and stopping. To Tatsumaki, her greatest feat is twisting the Monster Association base and stopping Continental Scale attacks
Which and 18 can continuously unleash at a much faster speed than this guy.
from Psycho Orochi. And since she even
So-
fought Saitama for a short time, we can safely say she's at least a low planetary level threat. But when you compare her to Android 8,
Huh? What? What? Alright, bro. Whatever, bro. He's whoa.
18, the gap in power is simply just too massive. Even during her debut in the Android saga, 18 was far superior
stronger
to
than
first form
Frieza.
Frieza, who casually destroyed Planet
Vegeta with a single attack that was not even at his full power, bro. He took a finger, put out an attack, and shot it. That was in his base form at his weakest. And he popped up the planet, bro. He blew up Earth in Gold. Well, Gold is much stronger, and he blew up Earth in desperation. Because, you know, he was getting his ass rolled by Vegeta and Goku. But even then, in Gold, he's much more stronger than this. You know what I'm saying? So
10 times Earth's gravity. By the Tournament of Power, she had scaled even higher, being
Yeah,
able to
yeah.
deflect attacks from Super Saiyan Blue tier fighters. At that point, she's effectively a multi-planetary to star level threat. Not only that, but in one
I guess you could probably put it a little bit higher than that, but yeah, it's a fair scaling. It's a fair scaling. You can put it a little bit higher, but it's a fair scaling.
Punch Man, it stated that psychic powers are less effective against individuals with extraordinary willpower or immense life force.
Okay.
Giving Android 18's over
Key is life force. I'm just saying though, and literally the balls of key that they fire would technically just be a ball of life force, life energy. I don't understand, you know.
overwhelming ki and iron will, she would likely resist being directly crushed or manipulated by Tatsumaki's telekinesis.
She would not
similar
work,
to how
bro.
Saitama did. So no matter what Tatsumaki throws at her. Android 18 takes the win here.
I still can't believe Krillin bagged 18, bro. She's such a baddie, bro. I still can't believe Krillin bagged 18. I'm sorry, but I was so shocked when Goku came back to Earth for the tournament, for the Budokai Tenkaichi, and we saw Krillin with a JIT, and he was with 18. I was so shocked by the game. I was like, Krillin bagged 18? I guess not blowing her up paid off, you know what I'm saying? Because this nigga was, as soon as he saw the bitch, he fell in love, bro.
Since the rest of the matchups remain the same as before, having 18 on top of that lineup is basically a guaranteed victory for the old gen. So with that said, our old gen queens comfortably take the crown. Click on this video next.
I'm sorry, but that was fucking obvious. There was no other way this was going any other way. I'm sorry. There was no other way this could go. Just being that ass. I already saw that one. But yeah, there was no other way this could go. 18. Just Urza was adding Urza so early off in the fight didn't make sense to me. Because she's definitely in the top 3 of the old gen fighters lineup. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she should have been added this early. And mind you, they are a much stronger character. Like Irene is much stronger than Urza. So he could have brought out some much more stronger niggas from Fairy Tail, bro, or from even Dragon Ball, or from Naruto, Kaguya. You know what I'm saying? In the new gen side, he brought out the most powerful. Let's be honest. If we're being totally honest, in the new gen side, most of the lineup was the most powerful girls in their anime. So old gen still had some fighters in the reserves, bro, that were not brought out because this shit would not be fair in the slightest. But I'm just saying though. I'm just saying though.